All right, so this is just the last few examples from the 1A.4. It was on writing scientific notation and writing numbers back in standard form. So when you're going from standard form to scientific, your first goal is to figure out where the decimal should go. So if you don't see a decimal number, it's at the end of a number. When we want scientific notation, we want one digit that has to be something from a 1 to a 9 in front of the decimal. We can have decimals or we can have numbers after the decimal. It doesn't matter how many, just depends on if they tell us to round or not. And then times 10 to a power that is an integer. So we did this one in class. We said we needed to move this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spots. I don't know why that turned into a straight line, but that was 9 spots to the new position. So that's going to be 3.786. And then remember I said, don't worry about if you're moving left or right when you're going to scientific notation. The rule is generally if your number is greater than 10, then you're going to have a positive exponent. If your original number that you started with is less than 1, you're going to have a negative exponent. So we moved 9 places, so that's going to be our power. And because our original number was way bigger than 10, it's going to be a positive exponent. And then we did this one. We said we needed to move this 1, 2, 3, 4 places to make sure we had a digit that's between 1 and 9 in front of our decimal point. So this is going to be 8.4 times 10. And the original number was very tiny, less than 1. And so we moved it 4 places. So it's going to be a negative 4. And then for this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to move it 6 places so that we have a single digit from 1 to 9 in front of the decimal point. So 6.2. And we moved it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places. The original number was less than 1. So it's going to be a negative 6. So there's all the ones where we took a standard number, which is just what we're used to seeing, and put them in scientific notation. Now, when you're going from scientific notation back to standard form, this is where the directions that people say, if it's left, do this, or if it's right, do this. This is probably what you've heard if you learned this in the past. If you're going from scientific to standard and you're starting with a negative exponent, you're going to move your decimal to the left. That's how you go back to standard form. If you have a positive exponent, you're going to move the decimal that many places to the right. So let's look at this. So this has a negative exponent. So I'm going to move this 5 places to the left. Now, don't let the 4 get in our way. We're just moving to the left. So here's our decimal point. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to fill in with 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros essentially. So 0.0, 0, 0, 0, 5, 3, 7. So that's what that number used to be before we put it in scientific notation. This one's also a negative exponent, so I need to move 6 places to the left. So here's my decimal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to need 5 zeros before that 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then my 2 and my 1. You can put a 0 in front of these or not. That's up to you, but just be aware you can. And then this one has a positive exponent, so we're going to be moving to the right to put it back in standard form. So 1, 2, 3. 3 of our moves are just getting to the end. Then we need to go 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to need to add 4 zeros. So 7, 5, 5, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So this would be the number 75,530,000. Okay. All right, now this last little piece right here is just writing these using the key words million, billion, and trillion. We learned that a million, when we were doing powers of 10, is a 1 followed by 6 zeros, so it's 10 to the 6th. Billion is a 1 followed by 9 zeros, so it's going to be 10 to the 9th. And trillion is a 1 followed by 12 zeros, so it's going to be times 10 to the 12th. So these would be written as 5 times 10 to the 6th. And notice there's only one digit in front of our decimal, which is hidden right now, so this is correct. 4 times 10 to the 9th, and then 6 times 10 to the 12th. Now we're going to talk about what happens if our number we write, say I have 72 billion. That's not going to look right when we put it in scientific notation because you'd have 2 digits in front of the decimal. That's where we're going to be starting off in the next section of notes is we're going to talk about how to adjust that if the number that we write doesn't quite look right. And that is it for this video.